यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य
ओम ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंशऋषभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः सर्वोपप्लवरहित प्रज्ञान घन प्रत्यगर्थो ब्रह्माहमस्मि सोहमस्मि ब्रह्माहमस्मि। ओम प्रपन्न पारिजाताय तोत्र वेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञान मुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। May the Almighty Shri Lord Venkateshwara bestow all kinds of prosperity, health and eternal happiness with Paripurna Lakshmi Katakshams to you and the entire your family members and friends. Let us begin Bhagavad Gita, verse number 24. Arjuna uvacha nabhasprusham deeptamanekavarnam व्याताननं दीप्तविशालनेत्रं दृष्ट्वा हि त्वां प्रव्यथितान्तरात्मा धृतिं न विन्दामि शमं च विष्णो. So Arjuna is experiencing the tragedy of the world Vishwarupa Darshan. This terrible form of Lord Mahavishnu, Lord Krishna, is frightening his heart, because life consists both sides, as we saw in the last session. It has got wonderfulness, at the same time it is also having tragedy. That bhayankaratvam is whenever you see a death, whenever it happens to see an accident, when you get some disease, you feel hell. And this world, sometimes it seems to be like a heaven, sometimes it seems to be like a hell. We don't know why. What is the secret behind it? But Shastra says that is nothing but your karma phala. When you have the good karma phala, for you everything is beautiful and everything is pleasant, and you can also communicate. When your karma phala is giving or fructifying your papa phalam, for you need not ask, the world will turn into bhayanakani. And that is also endowed with blessings of Ishvara. And many people have converted themselves as atheists because of this portion. When you want to realize the Ishvara, you have to realize completely. Ishvara is everything, means what? Everything beautiful and ugly things, and the pleasant and non-pleasant things, horrible things, everything is nothing but Ishvara. Now you have to train your mind, because when you go to temple, you feel the pleasant. You don't want to feel bad. If you feel bad by going somewhere, you won't go there. But the tendency of the mind, it never forgets the event which was happened in your life and which was in the form of tragedy. Mind has the tendency to forget all the good experience, but it cannot forget anything that you hurt, anything that you wound, and anything that you were suffering a lot. The suffering gets always its own place in our life. Our mind never leaves it. Now when Arjuna is understanding by seeing the form of Vishwarupa, the process which is going in his mind is dealing with the knowledge which was unfolded by Bhagavan Krishna. That's what I said in the last session itself. When you are taught Upanishads, the content of Upanishads, the knowledge of Upanishad, it will be sitting inside. This is very important. I tell you, just observe me. Any knowledge you learn in this life is useful. That benefit is defined in two manners. Some of the knowledge you need not to convert into direct knowledge. Okay, so only the self knowledge can be converted into direct knowledge. all other knowledge, it remains as indirect knowledge. Do you know what is indirect knowledge? Indirect knowledge means you can just learn the knowledge which will be existing in your mind as the knowledge of the object which is outside. Do you understand what I say? So you learn the knowledge of some object always outside, it cannot penetrate in you. It exists outside, the knowledge also is existing inside. Though it exists inside, it cannot heal you. It won't rejuvenate you. The knowledge how to operate flight, the knowledge how to drive a car, bus, or the knowledge how to cook, knowledge how to earn money. So all this knowledge, and particular about all the object of the world, that's what we consider. If a person has got all these informations, so he is considered like an intelligent person. Informations are not intelligence. We have to remember. See, when you learn the knowledge only it is useful up to a level, but only the self-knowledge which talks about you, which gives a rejuvenation, and which also gains or gives a power to heal yourself. It becomes inner medicine. That medicine that in the form of understanding, we call it realization. The realization of the self and the realization of this cosmic power is one and the same. So slowly you have to increase your understanding capacity. It takes time to accept. And when Arjuna is able to accept the beautiful form of Ishvara, at the same time, the Arjuna's mind is struggling to accept this terrible form. In the same way, when our mind likes the good things, good experience, and the good people around you, it feels secure. But when mind comes to know the people are not proper, they are digging pit against you, the mind, when it undergoes any suffering, physical suffering, mental suffering, or loss of something, then mind gets a kind of alarm. The mind never sleeps, it will be keep on working inside. So all this happy experience can be forgotten easily, but the sad experience, it is never forgotten. Therefore, always we worry for our insecurity. That keeps on working. You may deny it's not true, but what I say, it is very true. That's what is happening now with Arjuna. He says, when I see your form, the form which touches the sky, Nabhasprisham, Deeptam Aneka Varnam, that which is brilliant with many colors. You know, the colors also, they have their own tendency. The red color, sometimes it is beautiful, but the same color, when it has in the blood, you cannot enjoy the seeing the color. It terrifies you. The green, when you see the greenery, it is very beautiful. But when you see the fungus, which is the villain for our health, mind terrifies. Like one by one, the world, sometimes it threatens, sometimes it pampers. Now you should be ready. The world, the nature of the world is to be understood properly. It acts according to your karma phala. When it pampers you, you should not feel pleasant. When it threatens you, you need not to be terrified. That is the training, that is the practice. Because once you understand Ishvara, so Ishvara is both. Both means what? So threatening capacity and pampering nature also, both of them are Ishvaras. So this reality takes time to accept, but even though we have to complete the portion, we should not leave any one verse in Bhagavad Gita, because you may not ready to assimilate these verses right now, but definitely you will assimilate. So don't become atheist. People will lose the faith on Ishvara, then they cannot reach anywhere. Deeptam Aneka Varnam, and Vyatananam, whose mouth are wide open, because many mouths are there. So all the mouths which is having Agni in it, fire in it, it is terrifying Arjuna's heart. Deepta Vishala Netram, who has large fiery eyes. You know, eyes are the main instrument for contacting the people. Without looking a person, if you keep conversing with him, the conversation will be vain. It will go above the head. The eyes, the eyesight. When you speak with somebody, you have to have the eye contact. All successful people, they have the eye contact. You know, you might have seen photo of Ramana Maharshi, Swami Vivekananda, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, and all these ancient rishis. You see their eyes. So the eyes, it speaks something. So that eyes, even though the physically we cannot define the level of spiritual growth, but you can see the peacefulness. And when you see Swami Vivekananda, the eyes with confidence. When you see Swami Ramakrishna, it's like, you know, it is endowed with that spiritual joy. When you see Ramana Maharshi, the eyes are filled with peace. So every upadhi has got its own nature. But when you see Bhagavan's eyes, so because all the Bhagavan, the statues are only just seeing you. If you prepare, or if you are in, or if you are creating or ordering for Panchaloka Vigraha, the statue with 5 metals, then eyes are playing a vital role. The eyes are very important. Now for Arjuna, he would like to have the eye contact with Ishvara, but for him, because it's a fiery eyes, and the eyes which brings, you know, a fire like flame. Drashtvahi tvam pravya tithantaratma. By seeing you, my heart, I lose my courage, and I also have the fear in my heart. Na vindami shamam cha Vishnu. I'm not even attaining the composure. You are compassionate, but you seems to be a kind of punisher now. I'm not able to accept. My mind, I could feel my mind is rejecting your form. My mind says that run away from here, you cannot stand here. Then the next words, Damstra karalani chate mukhani drashtvaiva kala nala sannibhani disho na jane na labhe cha sharma Prasida devesha gannivasa. Te mukhani, your face, damstra karalani, which are feared with tusks. Because he is not able to avoid his mouth. Again and again his mind goes and you know, it has the darshan of mouth. That's what I said, you know. The tendency of mind, it never leaves something is terrible. Something is horror. Therefore, nowadays, horror films are becoming most famous among us. Because the mind wants to be thrilled. That thrilling experience. That thrilling experience cannot be the life. It can be for certain moment, then you should come back. But when you see the God, you would like to have the pleasantness, that peace and the tranquility. If you are not getting that peace and tranquility, you become restless. Therefore, whenever you go to mandir, there is Narasimha. So when you look at the Narasimha, so you should be prepared to have the Narasimha. Otherwise, you will become restless. You should be like a Prahlada, so you can see the love. If you commit any mistake, then you have to be afraid of him, because he is a punisher. Even in horoscope, the Shani, that Saturn planet, is known as Sanishvara. Actually, that is Sanaishcharaha. Sanaishcharaha means one who goes very slow. But people made him like a Shanishvara, who is Lord. Because the transit of Saturn is going to take place in January. Everybody is asking me, Swamiji, what is the benefit of the particular Rasi, particular Lagna? You know, any planets, they are not bad to us. Just this horoscope is a science. The science which is in the form of maths. It's a complete calculation. A matured mind who is well versed in upasanas, puja, so he can predict properly having that calculation by the position of the planet. It doesn't mean that that planet is becoming villain to you. No. That influence of the planets, the rays, radiance of the planets are coming to the earth. I don't deny it by the complete calculation. The position of planets, by seeing them, an astrologer can predict the phalas. But when you learn Vedanta, it's a beautiful truth is when you are learning Vedanta, the Saturn planet will become very friendly to you. I have seen, many people when the 7.5, we call it a Sade Sati, or we call it Ashtama Shani, or Ardha Ashtama Shani, or Janma Shani. So whatever the Shani, wherever he exists, it doesn't matter. Shani is your Padhakadipati, or Marakaha, or Sadhakaha. So you never worry about planetary positions, just you surrender to Lord. That itself enough, because this Bhayankara Rupam will definitely protect you. You have to have the perception. You have to accept. So anything happens in the form of tragedy, you just hand it over. You just surrender to Lord Himself, because that is unavoidable. So when you surrender slowly, therefore in this place people lose bhakti. And this is not the sequence, just Arjuna is expressing his experience. He is not thinking that whether it is right or not, just whatever the mind experiences, he is putting into the words. He says, Tvam pravya thithantaratma swam दृष्ट्वा त्वां नभस्पृशं दीप्तम अनेकवर्णं व्याताननं दीप्त विशालनेत्रं दृष्ट्वा प्रव्यतिथान्तरात्मा धृतिं न विन्दामि शमं च विष्णो. In the previous words he said, by seeing you who is touching the sky and who is endowed with tusk out of your mouth, and that too piercing tusk. This is a kind of experience he never had in his lifetime, because all the tragedy, when it happens, it's unexpected. When you get up early morning, we would like to have the good day. So some of the days become black day. Again, you should prepare yourself. But for a spiritual person, there is no good day, there is no bad day. Every single minute he surrenders in front of Lord alone. That is the attitude we have to accept. He says, Kalanala Sannibhamni, which are like the fire of dissolution. The dissolution is talked in the Upanishads. The science also defines the dissolution. When will it happen? And some of the religions say judgment day. In our scriptures, there is no judgment day. Every single minute is a judgment minute. So judgment is given. That's what your karma phala. When you do something, you have to enjoy that. And this dissolution is what? It is taking place every second. Your cells are becoming decay. They are rejuvenated and new cells are originated. That is what a pralaya and a srishti, this kala nala sannibhani, which is in the form of agni, fire, that which is the time's principle. Because the time principle eats every single creatures. No creature in this world exception for that time's principle. Disho na jane labhe cha na sharma. So when I look at your mouth, I become frightened. I just not able to find the directions, quarters. I forget myself. My dishas means directions. I lose my consciousness. I lose my understanding about my existence. And labhecha na sharma, I lose my tranquility. I lose my peace. Prasida devesha jagan nivasa, oh abode of the universe, please protect. I surrender you. Now in these two verses, the Arjuna's mind, so when it had the bad experience, by seeing that, Arjuna wants to come out of it. but he is not able to come out. Bhagavan is not going to leave him, whether he likes or not, he wishes or not, he will keep insisting the teaching. That's what life, whether you love or not, you like or dislike, the events, incidents keep taking place. If you are afraid of tragedy, if you are afraid of terrible things in your life, you cannot lead your life. Because we want to live with one side, it's not possible. Then what should we do, Swamiji? Just have a darshan, understanding. Darshan means in this place understanding everything is Ishvara. You surrender to him. When you surrender, the tragedy will also be converted. The tragedy, you will undergo that, but you won't be affected by the impact of the tragedy, any tragedy. And finally, what? You are not going to die at all. Your body will leave you. That doesn't mean it is a death. The Vedanta is not completed with the 11th chapter. 11th chapter gives the vision to accept. Finally, the meaning of Vishwarupa Darshana is to understood as the acceptance. It's a complete acceptance of your nature and the nature of the nature. That's all. You should accept. But you also should be very careful with your realizations. So if you are disturbed by seeing the tragedy in your life like Arjuna is totally disturbed. That's what he is expressing. I am disturbed. Pravyatithantaratma. Not only Arjuna, every one of us, when you go to temple, I have seen many people, they kept on going to the temples for years, like 30, 40 years. So after a small tragedy, they stopped going and they converted themselves to other religion. So I'm not blaming them. This is lack of understanding. Our society should have the proper understanding of the scriptures. So when, some of you people may not like when these shlokas are coming, talking about something terrible, attitude means a form of Lord Krishna. So why Krishna is talking all these things? Is it needed? Yes, it's needed because he was in the battlefield. In the same way we are in the battlefield. Our battlefield is Kurukshetra, is this body alone. In this body you have to live. You have to live means what? You have to succeed. You have to succeed with your karma phala. Every second we have to go through our karma phala. That going through is karma phala, I tell you, very, 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 very difficult. Unless until you accept the fact of the universe, for you, the life becomes threatening factor. Only the understanding of Ishvara in complete form, in 100%, then alone you can be a great bhakta. You have to convert yourself as a great bhakta. Therefore, after Vishwarupam alone, Bhakti Yoga is kept by Vyasaji, because he knows. So when you see the tragedy, your bhakti will run away. You lose your bhakti, because the bhakti which is constructed only on the belief system, it cannot exist. The bhakti must be also supported by the realization of self, the realization of the fact of the universe. What is the fact of the universe? Consciousness. That consciousness which is in the form of Lord Mahavishnu, the consciousness which can be any Lord of Sanatana Dharma, the consciousness is given that much important. Why? Because that will protect you from your death. Therefore I tell you, so when you study this, just you see and you just imagine. The long back, one brahmachari was there. He passed away because his body was kept in the ashram. When I was sitting nearby that body, I just looked at his face. The face was very silent enough, but in my mind something was going on. I was just thinking what is going on in my mind, because I was not able to judge whether it was fear or it was anxiety. It's like a discomfort. I was not having a proper figurative sense, the feeling which I had. Then after a week, so we burned, he was cremated in the ashram itself. I started going to that place and started speaking with him. I felt very relief. then I learned this mind has got this tendency, it wants to keep contact with the person. The mind is dependent on physical gross system. It wants to communicate. When I spoke and I got a little bit of relief, then after a few days I can bring back to my normal condition. So that mind goes abnormal condition because of what? Lack of realization, lack of training. And in the same way, in the life also, we have to realize the God in proper manner, I mean 100%. That's what these shlokas are teaching us. Therefore, when you read, you realize these verses, please you keep your mind very open and attentive, because Krishna alone speaks in this way. Upanishad never talks, because Vishwarupa Darshanam only exists in the Bhagavad Gita. It's very special. Next words, Ami chatvam dhritarashtrasya putraha sarve sakhaiva vanipala sanghaihi Bhishmadrona Sota Putrastathasau Sahasmadiyairapi Yodhamukhyaihi. Now Arjuna got one more understanding, so he could see what is going to happen in future. So all these kings who were in front of him, he could see all were entering into Bhagavan's mouth. It was different kind of experience. So he did like that, and he started looking again. So the scene was appearing in front of him. So all these people, Dhartarashtrasya putraha, means all the sons of Dhritarashtra, and all the kings who were hosting him, not only him, Bhishma, Drona, and all these extra people, everybody was entering into the mouth of Bhagavan. Now he becomes more terrified what is going on. We will continue that from next day. Tomorrow. Harihi Om. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.